New audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault.
I've had clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
Let's dive right in because things are getting wild with Diddy and his family drama. No one saw this coming. If you thought you'd heard it all, buckle up. Diddy's family is caught in one of the messiest scandals we've seen in years. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. His sons, daughter, and even his mother are now embroiled in a legal storm that threatens to unravel everything. Stay tuned, because this situation is escalating, and the fallout could be explosive.
Stacey Schneider. And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a...
Let's dive into the tapes, as this is where Justin and Christian get pulled into the chaos. Justin's name has surfaced due to allegations of his involvement in organizing what some are calling very shady activities. According to a lawsuit filed by a former employee of Diddy, Lil Rod, Justin was allegedly tasked with finding people to participate in what's dubbed freak-offs. You can imagine the implications. This ties directly into the ongoing investigation into Diddy's case, and the outlook isn't great for Justin. The last thing he wants is to end up behind bars, especially considering his father's situation. Is it true? That's what the feds are trying to uncover. But if Justin was indeed involved, he could face charges similar to those against his dad. As for Christian, he's not faring any better. He's facing serious accusations as well. One lawsuit details an incident that allegedly occurred during a family holiday last year. A woman named Grace O'Mara claimed she was assaulted by Christian while working as a stewardess on the Combs family yacht. According to her, what was meant to be a family-friendly event turned into something else entirely. Grace alleges that while she was just doing her job, Christian made inappropriate advances toward her. She asserts that after a brief struggle, she managed to fend him off, but not before being cornered again later that night. Grace has even provided photos of bruises on her arm to support her claims, stating that the incident has left her emotionally scarred. The situation is rapidly escalating for both Justin and Christian.
Now, if the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
So, what's the latest? Just a few days ago, Diddy was taken into custody by the feds, and this isn't your typical celebrity scandal. The full indictment documents have been released, and it turns out that Diddy's family is in deeper trouble than we thought. Not only have his homes in New York and Miami been raided, but authorities have also confiscated the passports of his entire family. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy's sons, daughters, and even his mother had to surrender their passports. While Diddy's younger daughters may be shielded from the chaos, all eyes are on his two grown sons, Justin and Christian, as the situation becomes increasingly suspicious for them. This scandal is escalating rapidly, and the implications are huge.
And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak-offs.
Rumor has it that Justin and Christian are on the run, evading the feds. Who can blame them? If you found yourself in a serious situation like this, you'd likely seek an escape too. The big question remains, are they guilty? And if so, what exactly are they guilty of? The speculation continues.
This is just crazy. Just read.
Let's rewind, because this entire situation didn't emerge from nowhere. Remember when Cassie, Diddy's ex, filed that lawsuit last year? That's when everything began to unravel. Initially, we were dealing with civil lawsuits, which were serious enough, but then things escalated to criminal charges, a whole different ballgame. When the feds swooped in and raided Diddy's homes, seizing video footage and more, it became clear this wasn't just another celebrity scandal that would fade quietly. It was about to explode. The real turning point came when the feds obtained hours of footage from Diddy's security cameras. And let me tell you, if even half the rumors about what's on those tapes are true, Diddy and his crew could be in serious trouble. People have been speculating about these tapes for a while, but now that the feds have them, things are getting intense. Everyone is bracing for what could be a major revelation that will shake up the entire scene. The stakes have never been higher.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that? As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
With such serious allegations against both Justin and Christian, it's no wonder rumors are swirling that they might be trying to skip town. The feds are already scrutinizing their involvement, and it wouldn't be the first time someone in a situation like this tried to vanish before things escalated. It's interesting to note that Justin and Christian initially showed up in court to support their dad when this all began, but since then, they've gone completely silent. The rumor mill is churning, with whispers suggesting they're on the run. The pressing questions are, how long can they evade this scrutiny? And is it even possible to hide from the legal consequences looming over them?
That's my initial reaction. That's how I always feel when I see situations like this. And then there's just like this weird sense of grief because it is Diddy, right? Diddy is a hip hop hero. He's an ordinary person who did extraordinary things. To sit here and act like the man wasn't a huge part of our upbringing is a damn lie. So there's this weird sense of grief. Like another one of our heroes has ruined their legacy and it's their own fault because of poor choices?
But wait, it gets even juicier. The authorities seized all the family members' passports, including those of the younger daughters, leaving people puzzled. What do the kids have to do with this? While they're likely not directly involved, it raises a lot of questions. Why are the feds confiscating passports from minors? Some speculated could relate to offshore accounts, and that's where things take a twist. If Diddy was attempting to hide money overseas, maybe the kids' passports were part of the scheme. While it's all just speculation right now, let's be real. It wouldn't be the first time a celebrity tried to stash cash in another country to dodge legal troubles.
Don't think he don't know. You pay those lawyers to know. Those lawyers know what he's gonna beat, and those lawyers know what he ain't gonna beat.
Back to Justin and Christian. Fans are divided on this issue. Some believe Diddy's sons are just victims, dragged into their father's mess without much choice. Others aren't so convinced. Let's be honest. If the allegations about Justin organizing these shady activities are true, it's going to be tough for him to play the victim card. And as for Christian, if the story about the yacht incident holds up in court, that's another serious blow. Fans are already vocal online, with many calling for both Justin and Christian to be held accountable. Supporting your father in tough times is one thing, but being involved in the same questionable behavior is another. One fan summed it up well. Diddy's sons can be both victims and perpetrators. You can mourn for the little boys who didn't have a choice while holding the men they are today accountable. It's a valid point. Justin and Christian were born into a life of fame and privilege. But at some point, they made their own choices. If those choices involve following in their father's footsteps, they'll have to face the consequences, just like anyone else. Then there's the puzzling issue of why the daughters' passports were taken, while Justin and Christian supposedly still have theirs. This has raised eyebrows. One fan questioned, why do the women have to suffer while the men get to plot and scheme? It's a fair concern, especially since Diddy's daughters are far too young to be involved in any of this. The seizure of their passports suggests the authorities are being extremely thorough, perhaps as a precautionary measure. Regardless, it doesn't make the situation any less heartbreaking for the innocent members of the Combs family. The complexities of this situation continue to unfold, leaving many unanswered questions.
This is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
At this point, things aren't looking good for anyone involved. The real question is how far this investigation will go and whether Justin and Christian are truly on the run or if it's just another rumor amid all the speculation. With the way events are unfolding, we'll soon get more answers. One thing is clear. This is just the beginning of what's likely to be a long, messy, and very public legal battle for the entire Combs family. Let's not forget, the feds are playing for keeps. This isn't just about Diddy's reputation anymore. It's a full-scale criminal investigation involving everyone around him. If Justin and Christian were smart, they'd be trying to get ahead of this situation instead of running. Once the feds come knocking, it's already too late to hide.
I think industry talk, there's a lot of people who, who have worked for him. There's been stories around, which is, not necessarily unusual.
If you thought the situation couldn't get messier after hearing about Justin and Christian's alleged involvement and the confiscation of those passports, hold on tight. The next chapter in this saga dives even deeper into the legal turmoil Diddy is facing. This isn't just a small-time case. We're talking about a full-scale federal investigation with serious charges that could threaten to bring Diddy's empire crashing down for good. Let's start with Diddy's disastrous attempt to post bail. Despite being one of the wealthiest and most influential figures in the entertainment industry, even his vast resources couldn't save him this time. You might expect that throwing millions of dollars at the problem would secure his release, but the courts weren't having it. The judge reviewed everything Diddy offered and simply said, "Nope, you're staying right where you are." This setback only heightens the stakes as the investigation unfolds.